let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
Stop!
That's the signal! Go!
Drop
Go!
it! 6!
It's beautiful!
Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
Start your day with a jolt of energy and no-holds-barred opinions. This is The Rush, where Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bring you bold, unfiltered, and uncensored takes on sports, life, and everything in between. Buckle up and let's go.
Thursday. Welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, on the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. This is a great place to find us when you're riding around in your car. If you're watching on YouTube, you get to see our ugly faces, which is, I guess, okay. But what we really want you to do is subscribe to that channel, like this video, leave your comments. And of course, you can follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram. And actually, this morning, Ross, on X, I put up a poll. I actually did a Rush Radio Show poll this morning.
Did you really?
Yeah. I mean, I got up like at 2:30 this morning because I couldn't sleep. So I'm like, okay, I got the show pretty much prepared, used my fancy new show sheets that I got. And I said, well, what else can we do to spice up the show? I said, let's do a poll. Let's get fan reaction. It's the last day of Big Ten Media Day.
Jeez, I'm struggling here. I'm trying to find, but when I go to it, I'm trying. Come on, quit hitting that
Rush
button.
Mornings.
Oh, dude, trust me, I'm there. I'm watching this show on the what?
Yeah.
I'm trying to just get to this thing so I can see the poll. Can I see the poll?
All right, you can only pick one. Surprise Big Ten team to make the college football playoff.
What?
Iowa, Illinois, Minnesota, or Nebraska. There you go. And I would have done a couple more, but X only lets me do 4 on the polls.
Yeah, I feel like those are the. I mean,
I could have put Indiana, but I'm like, well, Indiana made the playoff last year. That would be a surprise.
That's a surprise. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What other 4 teams would have legitimate shot that would still be considered surprises? I think you've got the 4.
All right, thank you.
And I hate to say this because I'd love to pick Iowa, but since you put Illinois in there, I think I would have to pick Illinois. And what I'm probably falling for here, Trav, is the pundits' prognostications.
You're falling for recency bias.
I am. Everybody's telling me, hey, man, they're going to be a really good team. They're going to be one of the better teams in the Big Ten this year. And I'm falling for that. And I shouldn't do that. You're right. You're right. They'd still be a surprise team. It's Illinois football.
I mean, I even tainted the poll a little bit, right? I probably should have gone in alphabetical order. That means Illinois should have been on top, and then Iowa second. But I'm like, no, I'm going to put Iowa first because most people will just, they'll hit that first one because they don't really read. They'll go, this one.
And you set the poll up hoping Iowa would win.
Kinda.
Yeah, you're a typical scientist.
Yes, I'm a data scientist.
Yeah,
factoring biases in the poll.
Go into it hoping for a result. Engineer the test to try to get that result, and then tell the world, "Look, Iowa's the surprise team."
Exactly. That's exactly what we're doing. Now, my theory is kind of shot though because if you look at it, Nebraska's getting at the bottom quite a few votes. They're number 3 in the poll right now. Iowa leading at 38.2%, Illinois at 27.3%, Minnesota at 9.1%, and Nebraska at 25.5%. I have a feeling as the morning goes along and the day goes along, so I kept it open for 24 hours. That's going to fluctuate, but I think those 3 right there will be right there. And we do that because Big Ten Media Days are wrapping up today. We're going to talk a lot about Iowa, which Kirk Ferentz will be the first one on the podium today, but we'll get to that a bit later on. I just got to tell you this, Ross. Anticipation is growing. It's getting exciting around here. Getting really, really exciting. Two big things happened yesterday.
Okay.
We've got dilation and we've got contractions.
No way, dude.
Yes, we've got dilation and we've got contractions.
What are you doing here?
Because she's not in full labor yet. I mean, you dilate early, you know.
Yeah,
it's not
especially
like
with your first baby, right?
Yeah,
Especially
she's
first
not
baby.
crowning yet. So
That's when you're leaving Omaha to get down to Mississippi.
And I've got the Tyler Childers concert tonight, so it's like I'm not giving up, Tyler Childers tickets that I didn't pay for and sit in a suite just to get on in the road to wait. But that was a bit of excitement.
I want everybody to understand something, okay? And I'm talking to our listeners right now.
You're not talking to me?
No. Talking about you.
You're going to talk about me?
Travis has made it extremely clear to me. When that baby comes, the show takes second fiddle. And I've said, absolutely. Absolutely. The baby comes and you got to go take off, man. I'll call Justin. I'll call, get a hold of Bill Blank. I'll get somebody. You take off, man. You got to go. Because God knows that baby takes priority over this show. Yeah. Glad you understand, Ross. Glad you understand. I'm always there for you too, buddy. Love you. Talk to you later. Wait, Tyler Childers is in town? You said Tyler Childers is in town? I mean, chances are I'm going to have another grandbaby.
Now, let me talk directly to the listeners as well. Ross is overselling this a little bit. I've never once said I wasn't going to do the show.
Me?
He might be exaggerating a little bit. I think what I've said is, hey, when she goes into labor and we know she's going to have the baby, we're going to head directly down. I've let MCL Construction know. I've let you know. But I don't think there's going to be any time that I missed the show.
I did oversell a little bit. Okay, so I dramatize things. So you know what I do? I make things more interesting. That's what I do.
You do.
I mean, do I play loose and fast with the facts? Of course I do.
To benefit the way you look? Absolutely. To make sure that I look like horse's ass? Absolutely.
No, just to tell a better story.
Yeah.
And as you know, a good story has to have an antagonist and a protagonist. I can't help it that I always seem to fall into that protagonist role. It's not.
I was going to say, why is it every time that we tell a story about ourselves, I'm the antagonist? It works out that way. I am the antagonist.
You know why? Because you wear it well. You've got the thick skin and the broad shoulders to carry that weight, Trav.
It is, because it's been weird with Abigail's pregnancy because we've only seen her like twice as she's been pregnant just because of the proximity of where she lives. So we haven't got to enjoy like the first trimester, the second trimester, the third trimester. And so, you kind of go, okay. I always ask Anjanette, hear anything from Abigail? Nope. Hear anything from Abigail? Nope. I get home today. She goes, we've got dilation. And I'm probably revealing too much. Abigail's probably watching right now because she doesn't sleep. She's like, Dad, don't tell people I'm dilated. But that's that's natural.
Dude, this has been her whole life. I don't know for sure. I shouldn't speak for her, but their whole life has been like this. I don't think that she mattered. That
what you mean is her whole life is her dad just been revealing everything about the family.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
She's like, this is nothing. This is nothing.
Did she deal with a lot of like morning sickness?
I think early on,
yeah.
But again, we weren't there. I think she talked to her mom about it more than she did me, which is fine.
She looked really good when I saw her at Greta's graduation party. Like, yeah, she definitely had that pregnancy glow thing that happens with women. You know what I mean? I don't know what why
I love pregnant women. I do. I'm not going to say it's a fetish, but I love that glow. And that's why
I agree with.
Yes.
I'm not going to say it's a fetish. Good. Because nobody was thinking that.
And my wife fortunately loved being pregnant. And I've said this before.
Yeah.
We when we were younger, we fought about a lot of stuff, mostly how much of an ass I was. But the only thing we fight about now is I wish we would have had more kids. I wanted 6 to 8. You stopped at 4. Got to stop some point.
Jeez.
6 to 8 would have been
Oh, dude.
I'd have been broke forever, ever.
Jim Gaffigan had a great bit about he just had his third baby, and people said he's like, yeah, my wife just had his third baby, and some people clap, and he's like, that does not deserve applause. It's a third baby. First baby you can applaud for. Third baby you don't applaud for. He said, people ask me, what's it like having 3 babies? And I tell them, imagine you're drowning and someone hands you a baby. That I'm in the drowning phase right now.
I don't know if we ever well, we were lucky because I was a working dad, never home, and Anjanette was a stay-at-home mom. And so I never felt that drowning stage. No, I felt the financial pressures because we made that choice to do that. And if people go, you made so much money you could no, that's not the way it worked, man. That was just a conscious decision. And we weighed the pros and cons, and Anjanette's like, A, I want to be a mother, and B, when you look how much money you spend a month on daycare, I mean, I've got a couple of my employees are spending like over $1,000 a month, and I'm like,
dude, it's crazy.
And I've actually said this to them. I go, financially, you're probably better off not working. I mean, after you subtract everything, I mean. But they like to work, and that's great.
It's everybody's got their own thing, and you want to have a purpose. Right. Some people, dude, I've learned this too. Some people have that parent bone.
Anjanette.
Oh, buddy, it drips off her. We talked about this with her and her sister Gretchen. Like, both of them have that maternal gathering thing about them. When you're around them, you feel like you're a part of a family. Minute you walk into your kitchen, you feel like, oh yeah, I'm a part of this family.
And Anjanette's a little different. She's the oldest of 5, right? So she's.
I guess I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's the oldest of 5. So I think a lot of that maternal instinct comes from that.
Damn, Ken writes in $300 a week per kid. So, dude, imagine like if you had 3 kids, you'd have to stay home.
Here's what I don't get. Here's what I don't get about daycare. And again, I didn't go through daycare. My kids didn't go through daycare. But I watch this, and I'll get the phone call. Hey, kid's sick, can't go to daycare. Okay, school's closed today, so daycare is closed today. I'm like, but then you still have to pay for said day.
Yeah, while you didn't go to work.
Yeah. So my kid's sick, so I don't get deduct or whatever that was. Or school's canceled. Oh, but I still got to pay you for the day that nobody showed up to work. Man. I know Abigail had a bump, and I haven't seen if she got it solved yet, but she got a call like 2 weeks ago. They had all their daycare lined up. Going to be a nice older lady.
No.
Got the letter that she was retiring. Now, that would suck as you're like 3 weeks away from. Now, the good thing is she works for the University of Mississippi. She gets a full 12 weeks of maternity leave.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So she gets to 12 weeks. But I go to Anjanette. Are we going to have a baby this weekend or not? I don't know.
Yeah.
May, but we're getting closer. I just think once you got dilation, you've got those contractions.
Dude, you're going to be Monday. You're going to be live in Mississippi.
That'd be cool.
And you're going to be a grandpa.
Either that or people are going to be disappointed. They're going to be like, you're not in Mississippi. No, it's not coming yet. Not here yet.
Man, I would think not in labor yet. I'll shut up now. That's how little I know about it.
Well, and here's the difference of, where I'm getting ready to celebrate my daughter's first baby, my first grandchild. And that's a sign of old age, right, Ross? Right? I mean, it's a sign of I'm getting older.
Yeah, that's true.
And yesterday was another sign that I'm getting older. That 50, soon to be 55-year-old problem. I don't know what it is about once you turn 50, and you're not there but you're getting closer.
Oh, don't tell me.
The post-P dribble is starting to cause real embarrassment in my life. I thought I was done yesterday. I was during our synergy meeting. I'm wearing gray pants.
Oh, Jesus.
I go in and take a leak. I think I'm done. Tuck it in. Turn around, the mirror standing me right in the face. All of a sudden, it's just a big old wet spot. And I'm like, I literally looked like I peed my pants. And now I got to walk out, which in a pretty fancy country club, with a stain that says, you just either peed your pants or you can't control what you got. And the dribble is really getting worse. It's like I got to sit there and like shake it off for an extra minute when I think I'm done.
You know, yesterday we talked about those commercials that we remember from kids. This is one that has stuck with me my entire life.
Mary says TMI.
Yeah.
Mary, if you're new to the show, you know this is what I do.
This is one of those commercials that sticks with me. Because it was almost like an Austin Powers type of commercial where the guy was stopping peeing, and it said, "You don't have a going problem, you have a growing problem. Your prostate is growing too large." And I don't know where, again, have no idea what that commercial was for, but that has stuck in my brain that if you have that issue, it's an enlarged prostate that is your issue. Have you been to the doctor?
Oh, I go to the doctor on a regular basis.
Oh, okay. Well, then he would be the one to ask.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad you come to therapy here and tell us about it.
Yeah. Now, everybody's like, hey, you go to a urologist. What for? Isn't that just part of getting older? The dribbling? That's what I've always been told.
But I think there's stuff they can do to help you with it. Listen, what you're saying here, again, I had such an awesome experience to be able to go fishing with some old guys in my life.
Yeah.
Keith Kirkpatrick and Dick Grassman and some amazing men in their 90s. I was 40 years old going fishing with 90-year-old guys that would talk to me about all sorts of life stuff. And every one of them would talk about this. Like
the dribbling?
Just peeing.
Yeah.
Just when you get old, and peeing is an adventure. Always feel like I have to pee. Never can pee. It reminds me of Zoolander and oh man, what was Jerry Stiller? Jerry Stiller standing at the urinal the whole time. Come on, baby, just give me a dribble.
See, I'm not there.
I know.
I'm like a fountain.
But
I'm
it's
okay, man. So that was my problem yesterday. So I basically had to go in. You know, you walk out of the bathroom with your hands over. You're like, hey, everybody. Hey. Then you sit down and you like, even though you probably got to pee again in an hour, you're like, is it dry yet? Is it dry yet? Took about an hour and a half to dry. Then I could go pee again. But I did not move away from the urinal till I knew every drop was gone. Every drop was gone.
Dad has said to me many times, getting old ain't for sissies.
No. And I'm just helping everybody out. No, and because you're going to reach a point in your life. You're going to be standing at a urinal. It's going to happen. You're like, Trav told me about this about 5-6 years ago. Trav told me about this.
Guess who's the first person I'm going to call?
You're going to call me and say, Trav, what do I do?
I'll be like excited. Like, Travis, guess what just happened? It happened. I finally learned my purpose.
Your special purpose.
Learned my special purpose. Did you see that I sent you a message about Tim Tebow?
No.
Yeah,
when did you do that?
That was in my. Remember a couple weeks ago or last week, I sent you you were worried about content during the dry season, so I sent you 10 different rabbit holes that we could go down.
Yeah.
One of them was Tim Tebow found his special purpose. He had a baby.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Hey, Kirby.
Is there more to the story, or is it just that Tim Tebow had a baby?
Tim Tebow had a baby. I was happy for him.
I'm happy for everybody.
I like Tim Tebow. Yeah. I'm a Tim Tebow fan.
I've never been the anti, oh my God, you talk too much religion, or the guy's been successful. He won. Was he
seems like a really
quarterback?
No, but he seems like a good guy.
Yeah. And now he's on the motivational tour. He's doing these arena shows where they get you in. I think there's a little religion mixed in with it.
Yeah, he's faith forward, no doubt about it. He always has been. Did the whole that thing about him and John 3:16 is amazing. When he put that on his eye black and what all happened around that, it's wild. But
Is that part of it, like an ESPN 30 for 30?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I like Tebow. So happy for him.
So, Ross, you're getting ready to travel today. You're going to Wisconsin to drink some whiskey old-fashioned sours or bitters. May do some fishing. Going to hang out with family. It's because it's Christmas in July, right? Is this an annual thing?
Yeah, every year we go up there. It's I say it's by Wausau. It's actually outside of Anago, which will mean nothing to anybody but like 8 people listening. Yeah, and you're one of them.
Snowmobile races are in Anago.
The what?
In Anago, they used to have, when I worked up there, because I worked in television in Wausau, Anago used to like host the like extreme snowmobile racing.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah.
That's right. That's why I didn't fit in Wisconsin, because they had sports that I didn't relate to.
Oh, that'd be fun.
And snowmobile racing was one of them.
Did you know in Carlisle, Iowa, they do lawnmower racing?
I did not know that.
And like it's a like legit. These things
is it legit or is it a white trash event?
I mean, tomato.
Can two things be the same at the same time?
I mean, have you ever been to a dirt track?
Yes. Good point. Now, is there a special division in lawnmower racing where you use the zero turning radius mowers?
Dude, these things are barely lawnmowers. Have you seen these? You've never seen it before?
Well, I've seen like the YouTube videos, and it's kind of like when you go to a tractor pull. You're like, you think you're going to see a
John Deere
international farm.
Yeah,
you're going to see it, and you're like, that's like a hot rod. That's not a tractor.
That's a 9,000-ton hot rod. And that's the same thing with the lawnmower races. These things pull out of trailers, and you're like, that ain't no Cub Cadet. And it'll have Cub Cadet on the side of it. No.
It's kind of like a NASCAR. It's a Chevy. How come the Chevy looks like the Toyota and looks like the Ford?
Wait, my Lumina doesn't do 212. What happened?
So you're going to get all the way to Anago tonight?
No.
Okay. That's about a 12-hour drive.
Yeah, well, not quite that far. About 8. In fact, I think when I punch it in, it's if I were to drive straight through it, I can go up to the cities and over, and it's about a 7-hour drive.
I keep forgetting that when I lived in Des Moines and drove that way, it was to Wausau was 7 or 8, but that's back when it was still like 50.
Yeah, they'd probably go through Dubuque too. You know.
No, I actually when I drove up there, I would go to Albert Lee, over to through Winona, cross over to La Crosse, and then straight up through to.
That's the exact route I'm going to take today because I want to. Found a hotel in La Crosse that I wanted to get the kids to tonight that has like a little pool and some interesting stuff. So I'm going to go there tonight, and then tomorrow morning I'll do the show from my hotel room in La Crosse, and then wake up. We're going to drive to Wausau, your old stomping grounds. There's a really cool park outside of Wausau called like
the
Dells.
Eau Claire Dells.
Yeah, the Eau Claire Dells. That's it. I almost said the Dells of Eau Claire. Eau Claire Dells.
Think about. I mean, it's beautiful. It's not huge, but it's just like this paradise in the middle. But you're going at the right time because Wisconsin gets cold. Or the only time really they can get in the water at the Dells is like late May to early August. After that, it's like freezing cold.
Yeah. So we stopped there a few years ago. Kind of found that as a roadside attraction type thing because we were taking a weird route, and so now we're going to go. Tomorrow after the show, we'll go hit that, hang out there for just a little bit, hopefully get to the cabin by like noon, maybe a little later on Friday, and then spend Friday night, all day Saturday night, doing some trout fishing, lake swimming.
And then bolt home on Sunday?
Trail hiking, family hugging, fire watching.
Like how many people will be here? Like, is it like a 20-person, 30-person?
Yeah, a little more, right in there, 20 to 30.
Really?
Yep. I still have only lost one uncle on that side of the family and my mom. So I still have 2 uncles, got a bunch of cousins that'll be there, most spouses. Audrey has my cousin has a daughter named Audrey that's the same age as my Audrey, so there'll be two Audreys running around. It's always fun. Great.
Do you ever do this? Is this natural family dynamics? I was wondering, do you do more stuff with your mom's side of the family or your dad's side of the family?
Oh man, when growing up, a lot more with my dad's side of the family,
Really?
and now a lot more with my mom's side of the family. I shouldn't say a lot more. We just had a little family gathering with my dad's side of the family. My two uncles from dad's brothers both showed up in town, and we had a little family reunion the day that we got back from Canada. And then this is kind of the mom. So really, it's about 1 and 1 now per year. I see my cousins on my mom's side of the family. They come to town a little more. So, but we're the only ones in Des Moines. So I didn't grow up with cousins. Seeing cousins was a special event. Seeing grandma and grandpa was a special event.
Yeah, I grew up with cousins. And we were only about 2 hours apart, but we always did more with mom's side of the family than dad's side of the family because we didn't talk to dad's side of the family. So that made it very easy. It was like, I got one. Okay. That's all we got to do.
It's fun. We'll get up there. We'll ride the four-wheelers. We'll hike on the trails, have some s'mores, drink some wine, eat lots of good food. It'll be a good time, man. It's wonderful. Be with a lot of wonderful people, have some good conversations, watch the Milky Way.
515-517-2303. That's the number to call if you want to participate in the show. Just chime in with us. If you're on YouTube, you can start leaving your comments and questions in the chat box if you'd like to do that. We'll take a break, come back, start talking about Big Ten Media Days, which wrap up today, finally, on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
Your house wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vents, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
The Royal Mile, where everyone's a wee bit British. The Royal Mile is downtown Des Moines' living room with classic pub favourites. Pair them with a glass of whiskey or an expertly poured Guinness. It's bloody brilliant. The Royal Mile, a proper British pub.
There's always something new at Fong's Pizza. The patio is open and ready for you, your friends, and an ever-changing menu of tiki drinks. Or try our new noodle dishes alongside your favorite slice. It's all happening this summer at the new Fong's in the East Village.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
You know, Brian, at Central City, we really do have the best selection around.
I know. High-quality stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Whistle Pig Plantation Rum.
Yeah, and over 150 of the best scotches on earth.
And a ton of bitters, mixers, and more.
You know what we are? High class.
Definitely high class, yeah.
Make way for the natty.
Okay, maybe medium class.
Central City Liquor is home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the Wooden Nickel program.
Temperatures are rising, but the prices are dropping at Willis Nissan. Right now, get 0% APR financing on the exceptional Pathfinder, the state-of-the-art Murano, and the bold, best-selling Rogue. 0% interest, 0 reasons to wait. Inventory is moving fast, and the savings won't last. Stop into our showroom or visit us online at willisnissan.com today.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
The best bread is made from scratch, freshly baked with locally sourced ingredients and love. At Big Sky Bakery, we take great pride in our delicious products. We know you'll enjoy them almost as much as we enjoy baking them. Find us at the downtown Des Moines Farmers Market every Saturday.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Don't forget, Black and Gold Rush after Hawkeye football games this fall. August 30th is right around the corner. That first game, no need to wait. We'll be on right after the game is over. You don't have to wait for an hour and a half post-game show to get to the Black and Gold Rush. More phone calls, fewer commercial breaks, more time to talk. Black and Gold Rush all season long, right after Hawkeye football games.
Hey, so, because this is how we do things.
Yeah.
What do you think about doing the show live on location from time to time?
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
I think I know we're working with Choice Creative to maybe be live in Ames for the Iowa State game.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
We got an offer sent to us the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
I didn't tell you because I didn't tell you about it, so you didn't know about it. Want to do it from a tailgate?
We could do that.
We could talk about it.
Yeah, we could do that. We'd have to, obviously, the Starlink would have to be in full gear.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, that was an offer. A listener reached out, and he had done this last year and said, "Hey, would you guys want to do the radio program from here?" And I tried to tell him then, like, man, that's so many hurdles to get through.
Yeah,
so many. And by the way, somebody's gonna have to pay a lot of money to somebody else, not to me and Travis. To somebody else, gonna have to pay a lot of money just to allow it. That's not the case anymore. So he reached out. He's like, "Hey, remember last year I offered for you guys to come and do the show live from my tailgate? That offer is still out there. If you guys want to come to a Hawkeye game." And now, again, it's different because it's post game, so it's not. It's
cars
not.
Would be filing out.
Yeah, like we got to think about it and think about the logistics. But it would be a fun. And thank you for the offer, by the way. That's very nice of you.
I think it would be fun to go on the road sometime.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, where's a good place we can go and do it on the road? I mean, Nebraska makes perfect sense, but
oh, I'd come over for that game.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, that was just stuff I as you mentioned, Black and Gold.
Not opposed to it. Not opposed to it. Hopefully, our producer can come along with us.
Yeah, Owen.
Yeah, Owen. I that's something I learned yesterday as he hopped on for the last half hour. He goes, "Yeah, I'm going to be part of the show. I'm going to screen call." I'm like, I had no idea he was going to do that.
Well, good. Because I felt like you had told me and I forgot.
No, I'm like, I didn't know he committed to this.
My brain literally was like, "No, dummy, you knew that."
And that's good. I can slip him some cash for doing that.
Sean asks, "Can we take calls if we're on location?"
Yes, because if I bring the I'll bring this whole setup.
Oh, look at this guy.
I should be able to do it. Should be able to do it.
He's got a giant van that hauls around a band. He can take his podcast studio with him.
Yes, we can. We should be able to do that. No problem. At least, yeah.
Okay,
I don't see a problem with that.
We'll figure it out anyway.
Of course, Big Ten Media Days continue. Going to wrap up today in Las Vegas. Before we get into today's action with the Iowa Hawkeyes, let's bring up some of the stuff that was brought up yesterday. I think it was James Franklin from Penn State who brought up the oddity of Big Ten Media Days being in Las Vegas and felt that maybe Chicago or Indianapolis kind of fit the Big Ten mold. And it takes a lot of balls to come out and really kind of say that because, the conference is trying to use the word inclusive, make sure everybody feels involved. But I guess at the end of the day, Ross, this is what happens when you add West Coast teams. You have to throw them a bone to show that you're committed to their region, should we say. Isn't the Big Ten basketball tournament going to Vegas? Is it this year or in the next couple of years? I think they're going to play the Big Ten basketball tournament in Vegas. Or am I dreaming?
No, that again sounds right. Man, both of these things are true.
Yes.
Both of do Indianapolis and Chicago have a more Big Ten feel to them? Yes. you took the money for these expanded conferences. Penn State, James Franklin. The reason that you guys are getting $100 million a year in a TV deal is not just because of you and Ohio State and Michigan. You're a huge part of it. It's those West Coast televisions that added to it, that sent it to this stratosphere.
Yeah, Los Angeles market.
Yeah. The one that nobody cares about. The one team in the conference that nobody gives money to. Well, not the one. But that team is the reason you make $100 million. One of the reasons you're making $100 million. You took the money. Now you got to play the game. This is just like those West Coast teams bitching about the travel. Yeah. You're telling me, James Franklin, you're trying to tell me that adding California teams changed the culture of this Midwest league? Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess what? So did adding Rutgers.
But he didn't feel it as much because when Penn State joined the league, it changed the culture a little bit.
Exactly right. But that's pulling the rope your way. That's pulling the rope my direction. Vegas? Come on, man. That's me giving ground. So both things are true. I mean, like, you can't deny that the Big Ten, the feel of the Big Ten is way more Midwest. Chicago, Indianapolis. Hell, you could even do the thing. It would be more centrally located in Minneapolis, in St. Louis. You could even do it right. I mean, St. Louis and Kansas City would have as much connection to the Big Ten as Las Vegas. But what is it about Las Vegas?
It's a destination. It's a party. It's glitz. It's glamour. It's the Sphere. It's sports books. The
whole thing is built for convention.
Yes.
The whole freaking thing is built for this. It's money. The bottom line, it's money. And Vegas does it right. Vegas, Travis, you ever been to Disney World?
I've been to Disneyland in California. I've never been to Disney World.
I imagine Disneyland is the same thing because I've been to Disney World a couple times, and then not really my thing, but it is a fascinating place. Fascinating. The first thing that blew me away is that when you walk into the park, you're in a sea of people, and an employee walks to you and says, "Is this your first time here?" I have it on my face. How did you know this is my first time here? They get every detail right, Trav, because it's what they do for a living, right? This is why I don't do my own taxes. This is why I encourage people not to do for sale by owner. Get somebody that does it for a living, and you're going to be blown away by it. And Vegas does this for a living. It is all you. I mean, you might not like it. It's not exactly my cup of tea. I'm not a gambler, but from the minute you walk into a place, you go, oh yeah, this feels right. The temperature's just right. The air smell. You're like, oh gosh, they're nailing it.
They're putting on a show.
From the minute you walk in the door, they're putting on a show. It's a good way to put it. They get hospitality. It's what they do for a living. So I don't blame the Big Ten for and probably travel. Again, it's really about money. I would imagine they also have it down to a science. Like when we talked to Chris Conley about how great Greg Edwards and the Catch Des Moines team were, and now Trina Flack and her team, how great they are at these presentations. That's where and Chris said it over and over. Where Greg turned the corner for Des Moines getting these events was in the presentations. We heard about what other people were doing, and we went, okay. Vegas is the top dog.
And I don't want to speak for Chris, but if you want to know how important conventions are, the fact that the convention center is there, that's where they make the arena's nice. That's where you get Paul McCartney. That's where you get the big shows. The moneymaker is the convention side. Right? I mean, because if you can get bigger groups, bigger names, they're going to be like, oh, this is a great place to come to. That's why. And it does come down to money, not just money that you possibly can make, because I think it was Discover Card who sponsored Big Ten Media Days. But it's you put packages out there to say, hey, we want to entice you to come because we know that people will buy hotel rooms. They're going to spend money on food. They're going to go gamble. And I forget who it was in the chat said, Franklin complained that, several of his local media guys couldn't make the trip because they couldn't afford it. It's not a cheap place to go by any means. But I got news for you. Most media outlets aren't spending money on this type of stuff anymore anyway, because you have access 24/7, 365 now. It's not like you're going to get anything new out of Media Days. This has been the quietest I've seen Media Day, starting with the Big 12 to the SEC to the Big 10 to the ACC of any year. Usually there would be a dominant headline that comes out. There's nothing dominant coming out.
And okay, let's go back to James Franklin's point about this. Okay, Travis, you went on way more media trips than I ever did. Way more.
Back in the day, Ross, I mean, from 1994 to 2010, I traveled with the Nebraska football team home and away.
Yeah.
The only time I missed games is when I was having babies.
How'd you afford it?
Well, they committed to it.
You didn't pay for it.
No, I didn't pay for it.
Yeah. So James Franklin, here's the deal, buddy. Coach, it's not that the reporters couldn't afford the plane ticket to Vegas. It's that the media outlets that they work for are going broke. Their sales teams are incompetent. They can't get out in front of these things and actually get local sponsors to send their media to places. I mean, look at, except for probably the Register, which again, I don't even know, Trav. I don't pay attention at all, dude.
Well, I think
is Chad down there?
I believe so.
I assume he is. The Register paid.
There was a time when now you can do one. There was a time when you'd send multiple.
Oh, absolutely. Here's my point. Besides the Register, every other media outlet that's down there is sponsored by somebody, probably Circa. And so Circa reaches out and says, hey, we will get you guys here to Vegas. We'll put you up for the week. You guys can cover the media days and then promote that Circa is a sweet-ass place. Talk about Sink and Swim and our sports book. It's amazing. And so that's the trade-off. So James Franklin, is it more expensive to go to Vegas than it is to Chicago? Yeah, a little bit more. Not a lot, a little bit more. It's not that the reporters went, checkbook's too thin. I can't afford Vegas, man. I can't afford Vegas. No, their bosses said it wouldn't have mattered if it was down the street.
100%. I mean, when you went to the bowl game a couple years ago at the old place, you weren't going to go unless that trip got sponsored. And here's the problem with those sponsors. It wasn't just to cover your cost. Well, they had to make 4 to 8 times more than what they were going to spend on sending you to said event.
Yeah. And dude, I didn't get anything. I got to turn in I got to turn in a normal work day, 3 hours of work or whatever we got to claim. I don't remember now.
I just think it's interesting that you have a coach lobbying on the behalf of the media, because that rarely happens.
And again, I don't think I would necessarily agree with it. It's not a hammer. It's not like, oh yeah, coach, die on this hill. There's not much different. First of all, the first thing I should have said is the whole thing is stupid. You're right. It shouldn't be in Vegas. You know where it should be? Nowhere. Every team could have their own media day.
Well, and they do.
It could be a Zoom in with the reporters that can ask them these questions that for some reason we have to have this charade, parade. I don't even know what to call it. I ask over and over. I've been asking this question for a decade. What's the big news that's going to come out of media days? And for a decade, the answer, Big 12, Big 10, insiders. For a decade, the answer has been nothing. What are we doing?
Every once in a while, there's some pretty good talking points that come out. I think it's mostly from the commissioners around the college football playoff this year.
Or the coaches say stuff like this. The coaches say stuff like it's fodder.
Yes.
Gives us fodder. Right.
I mean, Dan Lanning gave us fodder yesterday. The Oregon coach said, hey, I want the college football playoff to be more of a professional model. And that is, as soon as the regular season is over, you're diving in, and this whole thing's done by January 1. You wrap up the season on January 1. Now, that's kind of a new take. I don't necessarily disagree with him, and he's got a valid point. You're talking about a guy that had, the number one team in the country last year, had 25 days off, Ross, from the Big Ten title game to their playoff game. When you're in a groove, when you're in a routine, you want to keep going. You want to keep playing. You don't want to take any time off. 25 days is a long time. That's more than 3 weeks of a lot of stuff. What do you think about? Now, it's not going to happen. It's not, because you've got other factors. You've got other conferences. You've got a lot of stuff that play into this. But it is an interesting take from a coach to say, let's go to a pro model, no time off, dive right in, get to playing.
I didn't go to college, so I don't know what does that time frame. Is that a good time frame for the students? I would guess you're not in college for a Christmas break.
I mean, you're not. You're most likely going to miss. I mean, you'll have some finals in there, but I mean, hell, I don't even know how many people take finals anymore. I don't know if finals are a big deal.
They're obviously not to Dan Lanning.
You might miss Christmas with the family, but guess what? You're getting paid now. You're an employee. You're getting paid.
So therefore, you're an employee. Therefore, we're going to change the rules that you have to miss Christmas with mom and dad. I mean, because do you want the money or not? Come on,
only
Dan
4
Lanning.
years, guys. It's only 4 years.
I get it. And everybody's got their own like little mix and idea. And oh man, I was laying in bed and I thought of this little wrinkle and this twist. Sure.
I do agree with the time off. I mean, 3 weeks is a long time, and I would talk to my good friend Dr. Rob Zadiska about before you had all this stuff. You'd get done with the regular season. There weren't conference championship games back in the day of the Big 8, and you'd get done in late November, and you wouldn't play till January 1. There is a psychological thing that just happens with your routine.
Yeah,
but you know what? That's for everybody. It's not like but Ohio State did get to play a playoff game before it played Oregon and go out there and win. So I think there's an advantage there if you get to play. But I think when you look at the grand scheme of things, I don't know if it needs to go to January 26th. I mean, that's a long time.
That's stretching it out, dude.
That's
Dan
milking the cow with every drop.
Man. We're going to have the Super Bowl in March. We're going to have college football going into February.
NBA's already well into June. Isn't the NHL into June now? Or at least late May?
Every sport's a 12-month sport. And that, by the way, starts at about 9.
I mean, if Iowa were to make the playoffs this year and go all the way to the college football championship game, they would start in August and go all the way till the end of January. That's a possibility. I would take a playoff.
What's the news that happens today, Travis?
Well, I think Kirk Ferentz is going to be up, and I will get more to this in hour number 1. I think he's going to be inundated with retirement questions. I really do.
Really?
I think,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're hitting that 70-year-old mark. You're the dean of the Big Ten coaches. You're the dean of college football coaches. Wow. And you're on the backside of your career. Compare. How old do you think PJ Fleck is? I mean, PJ Fleck is starting year 9 at Minnesota. How old do you think PJ Fleck is?
51.
He's 44 years old.
What have I done with my life?
I actually thought that exact same thing this morning. Not about you, but about me. I'm like, oh my God. And he was a head coach at Central Michigan or before that. You're like, you're only 44. You seem like you've been around forever. You've got 20, 25 years left in you. Now, obviously, Kirk Ferentz does not have 25 years left in him. I don't know if he's got 5 years left in him. But I think that's a big question that's going to be asked of him today. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. I mean, hell, when we had Kirk Ferentz on a couple weeks ago, we asked about retirement.
Yeah, but when you say inundated, am I wrong in thinking that he might get asked it once?
Because he's going to answer it the same way.
Right.
You're not. It's not like Kirk Ferentz is going to give you a scintillating soundbite answer when it comes to retirement. It's going to be pretty scripted. He's not going to shock us by any means. Like, oh my! He's not going to come out and go. And one thing I don't think Kirk Ferentz will do when the time does come, he's not going to have like a farewell tour, right? I don't think you're going to say, "Hey,
you don't
this
think
is
they
my
announce
last
it?
year."
You don't think so?
I would be surprised. I think it all depends. I think retirement all depends on where he can leave the program and have a little say on who your successor is.
I think there's a lot of ifs.
Ton of ifs.
A lot of things have to fall into place. A lot of things have to be have to go the right way in order for anybody's prediction or scenario to play out the way they think. Meaning, if they fall flat on their face this year, yeah, he doesn't get it. You know, it happens quick. But man, if you're kicking ass, if things are rolling, if you make the college football playoff 2 years in a row, and after next year, they make the college football playoff, can't he come out then and say, all right, here's the deal. The successor is going to be this person. I'm going to take the next year to transition, or next 2 years, or whatever's left of the contract at that point. I'm just saying that these scenarios all are possibilities, but they all have to play out in a certain way. So I think he'll get asked about it. You know, hey, coach, how long you got left? I'm having fun. As long as I'm having fun and I see that, I like being around the guys. And I don't think this is coach speak. I don't think it's cliche. I think it's genuinely his response is like, my wife doesn't, what he said to us.
Yes.
Oh, my wife doesn't want me around the house.
What am I going to do? Mow the yard?
I'm a football coach.
And I think if you would talk to Nick Saban, I think if you would talk to Tom Osborne, who got out in his 60s. I mean, Tom Osborne's been out longer now than when he coached the entire time in Nebraska.
That's what. So Kirk Ferentz is older than Tom Osborne was when he left coaching.
Oh yeah, more years coaching too. Tom retired, I think, after his 25th year. I mean, that's
dude's right. Kirk did say that GM role takes some of the things off his plate, lets him focus on what he wants to focus on. He did
I don't have to worry about that.
He did seem light and happy and fun to talk. You know what I mean? He wasn't in coach mode when we talked to him a couple weeks ago.
No.
He was in summer hangout mode.
And I think everybody, no matter what job, I have some people, because I'm getting up there. When are you going to retire? You walked on the Camino with our mutual friend Tim. Tim retired when he was 57. Now he keeps busy. He got himself a BMW motorcycle. He goes up to Minnesota a lot. He spends a lot of time mowing the church. That doesn't interest me.
Fishes a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You kidding me?
I've said this. I'll be like 72 years old and I'm going to greet you at Home Depot because I need to do something. Tim
stays busy. He's got the hobbies.
And you have to do that. Yeah. And he's lucky he's got the financial wherewithal to do that.
Yeah.
But even if I had, a retirement account that had $10-20 million in it, I would still have to do something. That's just the way I'm wired.
If you do have a retirement account with $10-20 million in it, and you need something to do, call me. Call me. Because you can help. That's one of the things you can do is help.
Let me tell you about an opportunity. We're going to meet at Village Inn. I'm going to tell you about the benefits of being a realtor.
We're going to meet at Village Inn.
It's not a pyramid scheme, but I want you to be involved.
It's
in
a triangular marketing opportunity.
You have the traits that I see right now and the trust to join Agency Iowa.
We're looking for experienced realtors right now, Travis.
Yeah.
Only the best agents in Iowa. Okay.
Okay. Only the best.
Yeah.
So you won't take an inexperienced realtor?
What I would say is go cut your teeth. Okay. Go cut your teeth. Let's see how good you are at this. And then we'll call you up to the big leagues when you're ready.
Have you ever had to do that? Interview somebody and go, yeah, you need to cut your teeth a little bit more.
No. Mark has. I've seen people in the office, and then a week later you're like, oh hey, I saw so and so in here. Are they coming to join us? And he's like, don't think they're going to be a good fit. Okay.
But that may be not experience wise. That's just probably a culture thing. You know if somebody's going to mix in your office or not.
Yeah. In our office, we're just like your office, Travis. There's there's a culture there. There's a little bit of a attitude that's needed. Mark would say attitude of abundance. He doesn't want negativity. He doesn't want people around that are constantly, woe is me. Life sucks for everybody. Everybody's dealing with a heavy weight, right? But show up at the office, show up with good attitude, show up early. I'm good at some of those things. You know what I get in trouble for at the office?
Not showing up on time?
No. I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. I don't push my chair in.
Hold on. So what you're saying is Mark Charter's got a little OCD when it comes to not pushing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for saying this. Thank you so much for validating me.
I'll validate you on this.
I needed that.
I mean,
I am like the pariah of the office. I think I've come pretty close to getting fired. Because
your chair in?
My thought is, here's my defense.
Are you eating your peas and carrots too?
Counsel, here's my defense on leaving the chair swung out and away from the table. I understand it looks a little bit more sloppy to Mr. Manners.
No, I walk in and I go, man, this place is you're working here.
And it's super easy. I don't have to pull the chair out in order to sit down. It's in sitting position.
That's why I don't make my bed. I crawl in the bed.
Right. Amen.
It's just the way I left it.
Warm. My body shape's right. I go, oh yeah, I was right here. Oh yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll validate. Just by hearing that, Mark is the type I can see takes the knife, separates the peas or his vegetables from the rest of the thing. And you know what I'm talking about. He's like separating so none of the food touches.
Here's the amazing thing, and I love Charter. Here's the amazing thing about the dude. First of all, he's one of those dudes that always is fit, and I've never seen him work out. Never. But the guy can run like a 4.40. Looks like he could bench 250. You're like, man. And then he even started to turn gray, and his hair, and now it's all flowy and looks like Matthew McConaughey. It's like, you ass.
To bring this back to coaching, it would be fun to talk to assistant coaches and players to know what the quirks are about all these head coaches, because they're control freaks to a certain level. What is it that you're a control freak about? Remind me to ask that question next time we have a head coach on. Go, hey, if somebody would say you were quirky about something,
yeah,
what do you quirk? Well, I mean, I can't imagine what Kirk Ferentz's is. Matt Campbell seems like a guy that would be very quirky about stuff, and that's not a bad.
But I bet
thing.
it's something. No. I don't think this is a knock. I would bet with Campbell it's something odd. Same with Kirk. So kind of like the I heard this clip last night of Jason. Is it Sudeikis, the guy from Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh was the motivation for the Ted Lasso character, and he reached out to Jason Sudeikis. Reaches out to Jim Harbaugh one time via text and says, "Hey, coach, just buttoning down the details of this character. What do you wear from home to the stadium on game days?" And Harbaugh writes back to him one of the most OCD responses you've ever heard. It's like, I wear the exact same thing all the time. All the time. I have a pair of khakis and a blue sweatshirt and a hat. I carry an extra pair of underwear and an extra pair of socks with me in case it's too cold or it's too hot and I have to take a shower. The training crew has extra khaki pants and extra blue sweatshirts. And if I happen to need a change of clothes, I put on the exact same clothes. If we travel, all I take with me are the clothes on my back and a toothbrush. This is why one of my sayings is pack a toothbrush and a good attitude. Jason Sudeikis just wrote back, "This is gold."
I can make a character out of this. 515-517-2303. That's the number to call. We'll take a break. Start hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show and come back. It's the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
Your house wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vent, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
Hey everybody, Mason Miller, sales manager out here at Mini of Des Moines. We got some great stuff going on this month. Get into an all-new 2025 Countryman for rates as low as $2.99 out to 60 months, or lease it for as low as $359 a month. On top of that, right now, you can lease an all-new Countryman SE, all-electric, for as low as $300 a month. For more information, come visit your favorite Mini motoring advisor or see us online at miniofdesmoines.com.
Largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbocks to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
You know, Brian, at Central City, we really do have the best selection around.
I know. High quality stuff. Can't find anywhere else.
Whistle Pig Plantation Rum.
Yeah, and over 150 of the best scotches on earth.
And a ton of bitters, mixers, and more.
You know what we are? High class.
Definitely high class, yeah.
Make way for the natty.
Okay, maybe medium class.
Central City Liquors, home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the Wooden Nickel program.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Happy Thursday, everybody. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, thank you for tuning us in. Of course, you can find it on the Rush Radio Android app. If you have an Android phone, just search the Rush with Travis and Ross in the Play Store. If you have an Apple phone, just search the TuneIn app, the free one. And we work on the Apple CarPlay and, of course, the Android Auto. If you're watching on YouTube this morning, give this channel a subscription, like this video, start leaving your comments. And you can follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram. Of course, we have an X poll up this morning, and that is you can only pick one. Give me a surprise Big Ten team to make the college football playoff. Would it be Iowa, Illinois, Minnesota, or Nebraska? Right now, Iowa leading the pack, which is not really a surprise. It's a biased audience at 36.8%. Illinois, a close second at 32.5%. Nebraska at 23.1%. And Minnesota at 7.7%. I had Minnesota as one of my surprise teams yesterday. They went 8-5 a year ago. PJ Fleck said, listen, the college football playoff is not a far-fetched goal for the Gophers. They lost 4 games, Ross, last year by 7 points or less. They lost by 1 at home to Penn State. But we talk about those fine lines between average and greatness. What do you do to get over that hump of that extra? We talk about 1% improvement a day. If you can improve 1% a day, you're like, well, that's not very much. Well, if you did that, that's a 365% improvement over a year.
But dude, we saw this with Scott Frost at Nebraska. Like there's something there to overcome when you're losing these games over and over with these 1%, and finding ways to lose games that you should be winning, games that you climb back into, games that you shouldn't be in, and you're in. You find ways to lose a lot of those games, not all of them. They have not been quite as snake bitten as those Scott Frost Nebraska teams were as regularly. But it is something to overcome. I make fun of PJ Fleck for the, running fast like a kid with new shoes, right? The guy's a decent football coach, 44 years old, and he's been doing it as long as he has and had the success that he's had. He's figuring things out slowly, it does seem like, right?
What's his record in bowl games at Minnesota? What do you think that is?
I wouldn't even know how many bowl games.
He's never lost a bowl game.
That's impressive. So I listen, they should. I think of that list. It was Illinois, Iowa, who in Minnesota?
Nebraska.
I think that poll, I think that even though you engineered the poll for Iowa to win, and we know that most of our listeners are going to vote for Iowa, and that most of the Cyclone fans are not going to vote for Iowa, I think that's how that poll. I'm not surprised that shakes out that way. Minnesota should be 4th in that list, but I think that it's fair that you put them on there, Trevor. And I don't think that it's crazy for you to say they're a team that could come out and surprise me. If they ended up in the hunt for the Big Ten title, if they end up in the college football playoff, that'll be a surprise. That'll be a big surprise,
yeah.
and it'll be a big coming out party for PJ Fleck.
I was there because Iowa's got a hard schedule, but it's a manageable schedule. Does that make sense? I mean, they're at Iowa State. That is going to be a tough game. And let's say Iowa State wins, which I think Iowa State will go in favored in that game. I do believe that. If they beat Kansas State, if they lose that game, who knows? But I think Iowa State will be favored in the Iowa State game. But losing to the Cyclones isn't going to set you back. That at the end of the season, that's going to be a good loss if you were to lose. You get Wisconsin on the road, and it's a do-or-die year for Luke Fickell. It's a do-or-die. That's a winnable game. Then you get Penn State, Minnesota, and Oregon all at home. All at home. Now, that's not an easy – but you'd rather play those games at home than you would on the road.
No doubt. 3 really tough games. Really tough games.
You also have Rutgers on the road, but then you go to USC, and you got Michigan State at home, and then you end the season at Nebraska. Again, not an easy schedule when you put Oregon on there, USC, Penn State. But when you get a lot of those at home, all you need to do is get yourself in a position to be in that title game. And if you're in the title game, you're probably going to be in the playoff. Right? I mean,
yeah, absolutely. Barring extreme circumstances, you're going to be in the You're going to be in the playoff.
Yeah. So that's the poll question.
Okay, I like it. Dude, but like when you go through those opening weeks for both of these teams, that Ireland game, I get it. It's a great opportunity. Iowa State didn't have to give up a home game. It's a really cool thing for the fans. It's a really cool thing to grow the brand. All of that stuff is cool. In the silo of this conversation of trying to make the college football playoff, trying to have a great season, and all the dominoes falling into place, this is the biggest first domino.
And this is
it's a really hard one. It's a hard one to predict.
Petiti, like, hey, if you screw up in the non-conference, it should not penalize you later on. And I don't think it does. People are going to say, well, sure it can. Listen, if Iowa State and Iowa both stumble at some point in the non-conference, say Iowa State were to lose to Kansas State and Iowa were to lose to Iowa.
But that's not non-conference.
That's non-conference.
Iowa State, K-State is?
Oh, you're right. Duh. What am I thinking? I'm thinking first game of the year. I'm not thinking conference game, but you're right. That early game could. But let's say Iowa stumbles to Iowa State. It doesn't prevent Iowa from making the playoff.
It's a hurdle.
Well, hold on. But if you were to go finish second in the Big Ten, you're probably still going to be in because you're only looking at maybe 2 or 3 losses total.
You're right. You're right. It's easier path if you have that win. Yeah. It's a little bit of a hurdle. You're gonna have to win some later. Tough schedule, manageable. A lot of Hawkeye fans are super optimistic, man, and that's what fans should be, right?
Yeah, now's the time to be optimistic, but it all comes down to Mark Gronowski. You got to have a quarterback, and does he pan out like we think he's going to? You know, if you're Brendan Sullivan right now. Are you glad you left Iowa? Did you see what happened to him?
No, I did not.
Okay, he leaves. Okay, you bring in Gronowski, and Brendan Sullivan's like, okay, I'm not going to start at Iowa now. I see what the writing is on the wall. I'm going to pick a school where I might be able to go be a starter. Brendan Sullivan goes to Tulane. Out of the American Conference, makes a lot of sense. You started at Northwestern, you started at Iowa. You can go start at an American Conference team. Probably run in a pretty good spot to be the starter until the Retzlaff kid from BYU needed a place to go play football. And he's going to Tulane. That's what happened. I mean, that's the breaks. There's no guarantee in life.
This Brendan Sullivan's was in this position last couple years, right?
At Northwestern, at Iowa.
He's pretty good in that role of being a guy that can come in and give your quarterback a breather or a change of pace or whatever it is. So, and is Brendan Sullivan going to be an NFL quarterback?
No. He's going to be selling insurance in a year.
Whatever it is, and that's not.
I use that. I always
right. But
yeah.
So, sure.
I'm just saying it's proof that grass isn't always greener on the other side. I mean, I know you want to play, and you tried to put yourself in a position to play. You tried to do that at Iowa. You got to play. You got to start. Saw the writing on the wall.
I never once fault these kids for thinking the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. Every one of us has done it at some point in life with a relationship, with a job, some sort of opportunity meant you had to leave what you were comfortable in and hope that this other thing worked out for you. I've never had a problem with an 18 to 23, 24-year-old kid changing his mind. Young man, whatever you want to call him, employee, student athlete, put whatever name you want to put on it, that a human being that says, I don't feel comfortable here. I want to go do something else. I want to go try this opportunity. Good luck. Brendan Sullivan, maybe it'll work out. Maybe he will be the starting quarterback. Maybe another injury happens and he ends up getting a starting position. There's a plan. I don't know.
I do agree. I think it was John Calipari the other day was talking about, listen, he's all for kids transferring. He goes, but it's really hard. Kids will find, and I know what you're saying about you support it, but this is Brendan Sullivan's third school in 3 years. It's hard to develop. I mean, you're always going to be, if you're always chasing it and not giving it time to work out, it's going to be hard to make it work if you're just looking for the next thing and going from school to school to school.
It is. It is. And my only rebuttal to that is it's hard to make it work. It's hard to make it work. Staying at the same place, it's hard to make it work. There's no guarantee. Your own coaches are recruiting guys that they hope are better than you.
Which they should be.
It's hard. It's hard. There is no easy path. It has worked out for some players. Some players have transferred and done great things at their new schools and found the right opportunity and the right fit. Guys have left Iowa we've said, what are they doing? Who are the two wide receivers that left and went to Purdue and both ended up in the NFL?
One ended up being a running back outside.
Yeah, Tyrone Tracy.
Yeah.
He ended up as a running back in the NFL.
And then the return specialist who ended up...
Charlie Jones?
Yes. You have much better memory with names than I do.
How can you fault these kids for taking that opportunity and then it worked out for them? But Hawkeye fans say, "Oh, you ain't cut out the Hawkeye way. You can't handle Kirk Ferentz." No. They saw a better opportunity. Turned out the grass was greener. They did have better opportunities somewhere else. But it's hard for fans to go, wait, Purdue? Purdue was greener grass than Iowa? For those two kids, it was. Proof is in the pudding.
Where it wasn't was the Johnson kid. What was his first name? But he was a wide receiver. Started his freshman year. Started his sophomore year. Went to Kansas State. That didn't work out. I think he's at like New Mexico State or something like that now.
And sometimes it doesn't. And maybe
you're
he'll land
the coin.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Are you into the live mascots? Do you like live mascots? What I find interesting about this story isn't it was front page of ESPN.com. It was in the news section.
I'm gonna have to go because
I'll give it to you.
Do I like live mascots? You know what? I think it's always cool when they have like the falcon flying around. You know, they got the falconeers out there.
Bevo is pretty cool just because of the massive size of Bevo. You're like, man, that thing is just massive. Keegan Johnson.
I can get behind it. Thanks, Ope. Ope's listening. What up, Brett? I can get behind the live mascot. Sure.
Well, Texas A&M has Reveille, a collie. They're on Reveille 10 right now.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Texas A&M.
Yeah.
The Aggies.
Yeah.
They have a collie?
Yeah.
Like
Reveille.
a dog.
Yeah, it started, they're in the student traditions down there at Texas A&M. It's kind of a cult. Just kind of a cult.
Kinda.
And this started with a student sneaking a dog on campus back in 1931.
Oh, my God.
And it would bark when the buglers came out to do Reveille in the morning. So they called the dog Reveille. And so you just keep the dog, it's the ship of Theseus. Mm-hmm. Give it the same name, make it look the same. It's Reveille. Well, Reveille 10 had glaucoma, Ross. And so they did surgery on Reveille yesterday, removed the eye. So you got a one-eyed dog now. That's the mascot of Texas A&M. I just thought this was interesting that it was like on the front page, main headlines of one of the biggest sports websites out there in ESPN.com. And having worked in local news for as long as I did, the old adage was true. Anytime you could do a story on pets, you do it because people love animals. Cats, dogs, snakes, squirrels, you name it. You do a story on a pet, nothing's going to get more reaction. Now, this is going to piss a lot of people off. I took a brief respite from sports, and I did commentary for like 3 years on the CBS affiliate. We had a pit bull problem over here. And I tell you right now, the biggest reactions I got were my opinions on pit bulls.
Either way, I don't even need to know your opinion on pit bulls to tell you I disagree with it.
100%. I mean, to the point where I'm like, do I need security to go out to my car at night? Because, I mean...
No, you just need 2 pit bulls. You don't need security.
I was like, Wow. I had no idea people were that passionate about pit bulls.
Oh, dude. You could lose friends quick.
Yes.
Yeah. It's weird. And everybody's got their own anecdotal story. Well, wait, now my mom worked with a lady who trained them. Well, my mom worked with a lady who got attacked by one.
Yeah, you don't understand.
Yeah, yeah. My
it's
mom
the
worked with a lady
breeder,
who,
not the breed.
Yeah,
Not
my
the
mom
breeder.
worked with the lady who trained one that attacked her. Like, oh wait, who's got the better story? Yeah. All right. So let me ask you some serious questions then now about
Reveille.
Reveille. Thank you.
Okay.
So now, going forward, can they only get collies with one eye? Because now is this at what point would this be a new tradition? At what point does a thing become a tradition? So like if they by chance happen, because again, we all know what's going to happen with Reveille 10, right? There's going to be a Reveille 11.
Yes.
Right.
And then eventually a Reveille 12.
So
13,
what
and
happens?
so on.
What happens when the inevitable starts to come for Reveille 10? Old Father Time starts to win his battle. And there's a Reveille 11. There's a collie that also has one eye. Okay. So now all of a sudden 10 and 11 have had one eye. Now all of a sudden, is that a thing? Is that a tradition? This is where the live mascot thing is really dumb. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Name?
I'm sorry to my friends over there at Drake University. I'm sorry. Having a
bulldog
sitting sideline so that you can get the photo ops and you can, and man, if you make the NCAA tournament, we got a bulldog. Hey, check out our bulldog. It looks like a pug. It's like there's something wrong with that dog. No, he's beautiful. No, it's not. No, this is dumb. This is dumb. Oh no, and this is Reveille 10. Forget Reveille 1 through 9. Reveille 10.
With how much Texas A&M has, though, you might have a donor go, let's get that dog a glass eye. Let's give that dog a glass eye.
The finest of glass eyes.
How come Reveille's veering to the left? Because he doesn't have a right eye.
Right.
What number of Griff are we on over at Drake? Are we on? Like
I don't
Griff
know.
8?
I don't think they name them, do they? I don't think they number them.
I kind of like that. Just, I mean, I don't need to know this is Reveille 10. It's just Reveille, right? Just call it Griff.
Yeah.
Because I know. I think Colorado does that with Ralphie the Buffalo. It's like they're on like Ralphie 5 or 6 right now, or something like that.
Bevo? Is that the Longhorn?
Bevo, that's the Texas Longhorn. Yeah.
They have to keep it in a cage. And somebody said, does LSU have an actual Bengal tiger?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Matter of fact, you can go on campus today and see said tiger. It's like a small zoo. When he's not at the games, you go see the tiger. It's like paying reverence.
Imagine if you didn't know that they took him to the games and you went by the cage one day and he wasn't in the cage. Like every time we play blank golf course, we talk about that. What happens if we're over there playing hole, whatever that is, 11, and all of a sudden a monkey comes over the cage or comes over the fence? What do you do? What do you do if one of the tigers? Yeah, take your 7-iron and swing it at the monkey.
Now, I don't know if Baylor still does it, but like when I was covering
they had a bear.
Big 12, they had a bear. They had a bear on campus. I don't know if they still do that or not. Texas Tech and Oklahoma State would run out with their horses.
See, that seems normal to me, right?
Because there is a level of, okay, a horse, Cowboys use those.
I've seen that.
That's a mode of transportation.
Right. Watching 20-year-old white guys run around with a buffalo, I've always been like, what are we doing? Did you ever see the clip of Dion in the trailer?
In the trailer.
When they run Bevo back in on him?
He's like, ah!
Because he comes in at full speed. It's like I don't even know. How heavy is a buffalo? 7 million pounds?
We'll go with that.
7 million?
I would guess, 1,200 to 2,000 pounds maybe?
Giant animal screaming at you, and you're in a metal cage.
On a full sprint.
Good.
You're like, God, on TV, it doesn't look that fast. He's coming at a pretty good rate of speed.
I mean, there's, the non-PETA part of me says, if you're going to bring a live mascot, it's going to have to fight the other live mascot at some point in the game. The halftime show. At halftime, it's Bevo versus Griff.
Winner advances to take on the LSU Tiger.
Griff out there running for his life. Yeah, as the Tiger just waits.
Tiger looks at Bevo, goes, oh, this is going to last me. I don't have to share it with the rest of the pack. I can gnaw on this for a long time.
I've always said, I do think that the best live mascot would be a Miami Hurricane.
Hard to plan, though. Well, with the weather modification we have going on now, we can whip up a hurricane anytime we want. We're getting confirmation because we'll trust everything that's said on X. Jack says 2,800 pounds for the Bison.
That's our buddy Jack from Can Play. I trust that. Jack Googled that. Yeah. Thanks, Jack. 2,800 pounds of stampede power. I mean, I know the stampede's supposed to be, but if you were standing in the back of that trailer as that thing was running at you, I would need Jim Harbaugh's additional underwear and socks. I think I'd have your problem. I'd be like, sorry guys, I got a prostate issue. Did you just soil yourself, Ross? Had nothing to do with the 2,800-pound animal. That's over a ton.
Abigail just said, she texted me, she goes, we got real Confederates too.
The Ole Miss Rebels.
That's right.
That'd be great.
Which aren't allowed anymore.
Oh, my God. Yes.
A land shark is there. They got rid of Colonel Reb. You can't.
I didn't know that.
Show up to you can't show up to games dressed as Colonel Reb.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
They're land sharks now.
Because I was thinking a great battle would be Ole Miss versus West Virginia.
The Mountaineers against
the Rebels.
Yes, against the Rebels. Oh man, no, it's good to hear Jack Clark kind of give us the update on the 2,800-pound buffalo. Jack, of course, his mom runs Can Play. If you want to help Can Play, you can buy a Rush Radio T-shirt, Rush Radio sweatshirt, Rush Radio coffee mug. Just go to therushladio.com, click on the merch tab, and when you buy a Rush Radio T-shirt or coffee mug or sticker or sweatshirt, 15% of the profits are going to go to Can Play Iowa. So go there today and start repping the show and help Can Play out. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
I'm loving these wooden nickels, Brian.
Yeah, I suppose everyone is catching on.
Just spend $20 to get a wooden nickel.
It's 25.
Collect 10 and add up the savings on your next purchase.
Some of these are worth $5. That could be huge.
I know, right? That's why you have to spend $20.
It's 25.
Collect 10. It's like money back to you.
Spend 20, you get another wooden nickel.
It's 25.
Collect 10 and add up the savings. It's huge.
Central City Liquors, home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the wooden nickel program.
It's huge.
What's going on, everybody? It's Bobby here at Land Rover Des Moines. It is July. It is hot. And so is the Range Rover Sport. With $4,000 in Land Rover loyalty and 3.9% financing in select models up to 72 months, you are not going to find a better time to get yourself in one of these beauties. And let me tell you, there are over 20 in stock, ready for immediate delivery. So call, click, or visit us at LandRoverDesMoines.com or stop on down and see us at the showroom. You'll be glad you did.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the champagne of bars.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
What's up? It's Marion over at Willis Volvo Cars, and I have one question. When was the last time you had an oil change? If it's been a while, swing by and take advantage of our new express service, where you can leave your car with us and we'll get it back to you same day. Come see us in Clive or schedule online at willisvolvocars.com.
Rush, strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. No Bruno today. He's at some fancy-dancy conference.
Yeah, you know, Bruno and his travels.
Beer conference, he had a whiskey conference. He didn't even tell us what kind of conference he was going to.
Yeah, I don't even know where he's at. He might still be in town. I don't know. That's all right.
No, he said he was going to be out of town. He was all excited.
You don't have to tell people that.
Oh, sorry. I forget that some people want to keep their lives private. I'm just not one of those people.
We're just not, dude, it's weird, isn't it? And you and I are very different in that way. And I forget. I share things about people. I share people's names, and then they're like, hey, can you shut up? I'm the worst at that, dude. I'm the worst at like saying the thing I'm not supposed to say.
And you don't do it. Some people do it maliciously, like they know they're not supposed. You don't. You're oblivious.
Oblivious. I'm oblivious. That's a great word for it, dude. I defend it as saying I very much live in the moment. The truth is, I'm an idiot. The truth is, I'm kind of dumb. And so, dude, the worst one. Oh my God! Did it to my best friend Scott, who's a really private guy. I just said his name there. Super private guy.
You didn't say his last name, so that's
polar.
A pretty common name.
That's true. Polar opposite of me. I've always admired all of the personality traits that Scott has, because he has all these things in these tools in his toolbox that I don't have. We're going golfing one day, and he's like, "Hey, I think it was even like I took a day off work that I told him I was sick. Don't tell anybody out here. We're like at an event. Don't tell anybody out here what I do." I'm like, okay, yeah, got it. The first person I saw.
Hey, this is my buddy Scott. This is what
he
he's
does.
Supposed to be in surgery right now, but he went ahead.
The guy was like, "Hey, what's it?" And I knew that this guy had a connection to my best friend. I knew when he said what he did and who he was. I was like, "Oh, you know this guy. I'm here with him." And I remember turning around and looking at Scott and him looking at me like, did we just have a conversation about this? Yeah, we did. Yeah, and I forgot 30 seconds after you told me. Travis, how many times have you called me? And I'm like, hey, I'm in the middle of something. I'll call you back in 2 minutes. And 9 hours later, I get a text from you that says, longest 2 minutes I've had. How many times that happened? A dozen?
Oh, more than that. More than that. Just fine.
Sorry. Yeah. I say the thing I'm not supposed to say. Sorry.
And that happens. I'm just disappointed that I'm not your best friend. You just said Scott's your best friend.
I have a lot of best friends. I really do. I'm lucky to have a big circle. You saw that when we were fishing. You got to listen.
Yeah.
That was a fun day when I came back.
I know you like it. I know you like weird Major League Baseball stats.
Love them.
Colorado Rockies shut out the St. Louis Cardinals yesterday, 6-0.
Got to win.
That ended a 220 game stretch of non-shutout wins. Their last shutout before yesterday was May 15th, 2024. Ross,
what?
Yes. Their last shutout win before yesterday was May 15th, 2024. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, come on, 220 games without a shutout? You're still, is that a big deal? The Rockies are the first Major League Baseball team since 1901 to go with more than 200 games without a shutout.
Travis, I'm amazed that it ever happened. Honestly, because even back then,
I mean, the modern era, I think the win is like the Washington Senators, something like that, went like 363 games in like 1896.
That shutouts were a lot more prevalent back then. 1-0 games. They played with the dead ball. They played at the Polo Grounds. It was like 900 feet to center field or something crazy. So shutouts were a lot more common in that era. And even then, through several decades of a dead ball era, no team went 220 games without a shutout on the defensive end. That's wild.
I thought you would like that one.
That's a really staggering stat. I think it'd be fun to know. Did your article, Trav, say, like I'd want to know what some of the other franchise records are. I would bet there are franchises that haven't gone 50 games without having a shutout on the defensive end.
That never went into that deep. And I was wrong. It was it was 220. I'm just trying to get to
220 would be right. Because 162 games.
Third longest streak in Major League Baseball history. Third longest in Major League Baseball history. Colorado, the only Major League team since at least 1901 to go more than 200 games without a victory, without a shutout victory. The Washington Senators went 383 games without a shutout from 1893 to 1896.
Okay.
And the St. Louis Browns Perfectos, what a great name, the Perfectos, went 298 games from 1897 to 1899. So basically, in the modern era of baseball, it is the record, right?
By a long ways.
Yes.
Wow. Dude, we spent all that time talking about the White Sox futility, and here the Rockies were this bad all that time.
Well,
and getting
last
worse.
month, they ended their Major League Baseball record streak of 22 consecutive series losses.
I haven't looked at the Rockies in a while. Right now, 26-76, winning 25% of their games. Only 33 games back of the Dodgers as we come out of the All-Star break.
Only. Are they mathematically eliminated yet?
Not quite.
Getting close, though, right?
Their run differential, which you like that stat, and it's indicative of something.
Minus, let me guess, because I'm not even looking right now. Let me guess. I'm going to say a run differential of minus 148.
247.
Ooh.
I will tell you this. Your guess of 148 is really close to the second worst team, which is the A's at 146. So the A's are minus 146. The Rockies are minus 247. White Sox, for example, are minus 72. And the White Sox have the second worst record in baseball.
Damn. I guess if you're a Rockies fan, you could always go to a game going, hey, we're going to see some runs scored.
Brian asked a good question. I wonder how many times the Rockies were shut out during that streak.
Ooh, I don't have that, but I bet it's a bigger number than what we even think. Not that I want to go dive into the last year and a half of schedules.
Yeah, Rockies rabbit hole. Right.
I should see what a subscription to like the Elias Sports thing costs, just to have that at your fingertips. Data's not cheap. I'm learning that in the business. I mean, do you want data? You probably see it in the real estate world.
Oh, buddy. Well, first of all, a lot of people want your money. Breaking news.
Yes.
Stand by for news. People want your money. And they will offer you all sorts of shiny bells and whistles for your money. So, yeah, data ain't cheap.
Data ain't cheap. Data's out there. But if you want somebody to compile said data and give it to you in a way you can understand, you got to pay for that. And you're going to pay a lot of money. And everybody's got a solution. But our solution does this, and you fall for those shiny bells. Indiana Fever going to be in action tonight. They're going to be at home against Las Vegas. Caitlyn Clark going to miss again tonight as she continues to rehab her groin injury. And we found out in an article, I guess she did with Glamour, that she's doing some alternative therapies. I want to know if you've ever heard of some of this stuff. Where'd that go? So she's doing, here's one. Red light therapy. Have you ever heard of red light therapy?
I've heard of it. I've heard of. That's all I can say. I've heard the term red light therapy. I know nothing about it.
I mean, what's as opposed to yellow light therapy, as opposed to blue light therapy? What is it about the red light? You know what I know about red light therapy? This is going to age me and show you what I was really insecure about. Do you remember when you used to get on a flight and you'd have the Sky Mall magazine? Remember the Sky Mall magazine?
Yes.
Sky Mall always sold this like comb or brush. It was like a red light that was proven to regrow your hair. And I'm like, or they would have like the cap. They would have like these. And I'm like, there's no way it's going to regrow your hair.
How'd it work?
I didn't do it. Because it wanted like $300. I'm like, to turn on some LED lights? I don't think so.
I just did a quick Google search. I ain't no doctor. Red light therapy, also known as low-level laser therapy, LLLT, has various benefits including skin rejuvenation, pain relief, and hair growth.
Wow.
It works by stimulating cellular activity, potentially reducing inflammation, and promoting tissue repair. So there you go.
Is it got to be a special light? Because when I was looking at the Sky Mall, it was just looking like a bunch of LED lights that were placed within a brush.
Yeah,
it's
a red light. Did you not read the description?
Yeah.
It's the first word, red light therapy.
Well, usually when I see red lights, I know I'm going to have to pay, but it's usually not for therapy. Roxanne, you don't have to turn on the red light.
Like it, Trav. That was good. That was good. That was good. All right, so there you go. So
hold on, I'm not done with these therapies.
I know. I figured.
Dry needling.
Okay. Google.
As opposed to wet needling? Is that like acupuncture? Dry needling?
Pain relief, improved muscle function, can reduce muscle tightness, increase blood flow. I'll tell you what, these are two pretty holistic solutions so far.
Yeah.
All right. What? So we got red light.
Got red light.
We got dry needling.
Yes.
Okay.
And hyperbaric oxygen chambers.
These are. I've heard about these things. I don't understand exactly what what they do, but they've been doing that for a long time.
All I hear is it's not cheap. That's all I hear is,
I'm not worried about Caitlyn paying the bill.
That's fair. But I also think it shows, besides traditional medicine or therapies, what you will do to get your body. I mean, you'll try if it's not working, you're like, I got to try something. Hey, we're going to take this red light and we're just going to put it on your groin. Okay.
What?
Okay. We're going to take these dry needles and we're going to poke you. In a parabolic oxygen chamber, I have no idea what that is.
It's the parabolic. Parabolic. Yeah, because in my head, I picture like an iron lung machine. Is that what you're envisioning?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think dude from Iowa said it sounds like claustrophobic.
Oh, dude, it does look like an iron lung. You can buy one.
How much does a parabolic oxygen machine cost?
Throw out a number.
I'm going to throw out a number of $35,000.
Oxygen Health has one available that is 64 by 99 for $82,900.
But why buy one when you can buy a series of 10 therapies for a one monthly, one price of $1,200, or you can get our monthly subscription plan, which entitles you to one therapy a week at just $4.99 a month.
You know what it looks like? It looks like that submarine that dude killed those people in. It looks like what was that thing called? Oceanic or something. Remember what that? Know what I'm talking about? That's what they look like. They look like the submarine that the dude killed those people in.
Now, one of our good friends who happens to take photographs said that he would.
Who shall go unnamed.
And wears bow ties and seersucker suits. Says he got
one of the many. You pick of that sea of people that Travis just described. He said what?
He got a red light therapy for Valentine's Day. I bet you did get some red light therapy, Chris. He says it really does calm your body and puts you in somewhat of a Zen state. Like, okay, it may calm you down, but is it fixing your groin? But I've seen Danica Patrick do this. I've seen Tony Robbins. They'll go do like
the parabolic oxygen chamber. I know I've heard about that from like Aaron Rodgers. I mean, who does all sorts of. I mean, hopefully she's not doing the ayahuasca trips like Aaron Rodgers. But I've heard again, holistic approaches. They try this stuff. But Travis, I got to be honest. Does this at all concern you? Like as a Caitlyn Clark, as a real Caitlyn Clark fan.
Yes.
As a person that's like really hoping that this is just a groin issue, that these are just these little nagging issues. I said this line the other day, man. I know you get but Brandy Carlisle had the line, when you're lost, you will toss every lucky coin you've ever had. You'll try everything when you're desperate.
Is this desperation?
I mean, I don't want to go there, but man, every time we bring up Caitlyn and these injuries for the last couple of weeks, my brain goes one more tick down that road of something ain't right. Something's bigger, something else. And I don't know what it would be. Age, wearing out.
I don't think you're that far off. I don't think you're going down a rabbit hole that is,
right,
because there hasn't been much discussion on it. It's basically, she's out again. She's out again.
There's no estimated time of return. They've given no time. I mean, she came back, got hurt again. It doesn't, like when you go through red light therapy, dry needling, parabolic oxygen chamber. Again, the guys that I've heard talk about this are 45, not 23. The guys that I hear talking about doing these holistic things are guys trying to hold on at the end.
Now, in the interview with Glamour, she said, it's weird for her because she's starting to realize that being a professional athlete is even different than being a college athlete, right? And 1 or 2 years older, your body starts doing, and the wear and tear starts to catch up with you. And you look at that whole year she played basketball. I wouldn't. You use the word desperation.
Yeah, and I don't. I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm just telling you, my brain's ticking towards that.
But I think when you start bringing in, because there's a lot of us going red light therapy, because we'll look at that. If we were walked in and go, "What are you doing?" I'm putting some red light on my leg. What for? It's supposed to. We'd be like, what? What?
Have you ever done something, Travis? Have you ever had I've benefited from some crazy stuff before. Crazy.
Did you benefit because you wanted it to work?
I don't know. I will tell you that I felt
thing, right? If you don't know,
could be. Here I did, but I went in not believing it was going to work and walked out feeling better. So I don't think the placebo thing was a thing, because I didn't go into it thinking, oh, this thing's going to make me feel better, and then therefore it did. It was the exact opposite. I went in thinking, this is some Mr. Miyagi nonsense. I had a problem in my neck. I'd been to a chiropractor. I'd been to a doctor. I'd done physical therapy. Nothing was making this thing right. And my mom told me to go to this lady that was called like a NUCCA specialist. NUCCA is what I remember. It was like and they only focus on these couple of bones in your neck to make sure that aligns. And yeah, dude, it seemed like crazy nonsense stuff. She barely put her hands on me. Barely. Barely touched me behind my ears. And then she's like, all right, stand up. And I stood up and she's like, all right, you should notice a difference. And sure enough, I was like, yeah. Only
she told you should notice a difference. You're like, yeah. No, I'm not
saying like that. Yeah.
And I don't want to poo-poo some of this stuff, because obviously it wouldn't keep going if it didn't work for some people.
Right. If it was just snake oil, eventually people would go, oh, I paid for that thing and it didn't work and it was nonsense. I don't know. Man, our brains are powerful.
They really are.
This is why you do red light therapy, dry needling, and parabolic, because will one of them work? Will one of them have the placebo, or will one of them be the magic thing? That's why there's a part of me that hears this and goes.
Now, if we hear she goes to Puerto Rico or the Dominican for stem cell, therapy, then we're gonna go, okay, now you're getting pretty good. Danica Patrick does that. She does the stem cell stuff. So is Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins really big into it. But if you can afford it, more power to you. If I had that kind of money and I could be afforded that, yeah, I would probably take advantage for it. Now, she did do something pretty cool on Tuesday. I don't know if you saw this. She gifted the Iowa men's basketball team and the Iowa women's basketball team a set of Kobe's, new shoes. They all
cool.
Walked in. There was a big gift from Caitlyn Clark. Everybody got a new set of Kobe's.
That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, didn't have to do it. Neat that she does. Builds the brand. Caitlyn hits a home run again. even limping around with a bad groin, knocking out dingers in the PR world. She's
good team and just gets it.
Reminds me of the
and I think it's genuine though too. I think
absolutely.
At some point you go, can it really be true? But the more you do it, you're like, and if you read the Christine Brennan book or listen to it, you get the sense she's just comes from good stock and is a good person.
It seems very genuine. It really does. Is it a marketing thing by Nike as well? Yes.
100%.
Yes. Cool. Reminds me of the Jordan Bobby Hansen story. We should reach out to Bobby, have him on with us sometime. He's one of my favorite guys to talk to, when you can really just, when he puts his guard down and you get to have like what a fascinating life that guy's had. And he had a friend in college that, and I'll screw up this story. but his friend got a job with a marketing firm for a shoe company. And so when Bobby got drafted by the Jazz, he got I'm going to screw up some of this stuff, but I think he got a contract with Pony. Well, then his friend ended up getting transferred from Pony to LA Gear. Remember when they were like up-and-coming thing?
Is Pony even still around?
I don't know.
Puma's making a comeback. I don't know if Pony.
And maybe it's Puma. Maybe, but anyway, he went into LA Gear. He became his shoe contract was LA Gear, and then he got traded to the Bulls. And the way Bobby told the story, at least the way I remember it, is that he walked in and Michael Jordan was like, "Hey, by the way, man, you no longer wear LA Gears." And he's like, "Well, no, that's my shoe contract. I got a buddy that," and Jordan's like, "No, you don't understand. You don't wear LA Gears anymore." And the next day he showed up and there were, whatever, size 17 Jordans sitting in his locker waiting for him or whatever, Bobby, leather skis.
You wear these. You wear these. Oh man, good stuff. All right, you're hitting the road.
I am. Well, a little bit. I got a couple hours before we hit the road, but when I talk to you tomorrow, it'll be live from La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Now, are you going to be in your room, or are you going to go down to because when I do it in the hotel, I don't want to wake my wife and my daughter up, so I always just I go down to the lobby.
I got the suite.
Oh, okay.
So that I could have the little, you know what I mean, my own little area. We'll see. We'll see where I end up. You'll know tomorrow morning. You'll know it'll be like 5.
Dad, shut up!
Yeah,
shut up!
You're being rude.
I don't think you're being rude. Say, no, you know why I'm doing this show? Because you can do Christmas in July. That's why we're doing the show.
I was just mimicking your hotel visit the other day. You're being rude.
Oh. God, I wish I could do that all over. Maybe it went as perfect as it could have. I would have said some different things. But all right, everybody, we'll be back tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Share the show with your friends. Tell them to listen to us. And again, we're back tomorrow, 6 a.m. on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Hey there, I'm Jake Schneider, Service Supervisor here at Willis Nissan. With summer heating up, now is the time to make sure that your vehicle is ready for the road. This July, we're offering 10% off coolant exchanges to make sure that your engine is running cool, and 10% off fuel air inductions to make sure that your Nissan engine is performing at its absolute best. And for veterans, we're taking off an additional 5% for a total of 15% off, as our way of saying thanks. So stop on in or schedule online at willisnissan.com.
Body Armor. Real hydration with electrolytes, no artificial dyes, and coconut water. Choose better. Body Armor.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know. El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
Are you thinking about buying a home this year? Start by getting pre-approved with Gary Presnall at Northwest Bank in Des Moines to see how much you can qualify for and what loan programs meet your needs. Gary can get you pre-approved in 30 minutes or less with a pre-approval letter to you. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA loans, along with FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Is your vehicle in need of some summer cleaning this year? Come into Willis Chevy for your full detail today. For the month of July, we are offering a special of $249, and that includes the interior and exterior with a wax. Give us a call to get scheduled or do it online at willischevy.com.
Bread is made from scratch, freshly baked with locally sourced ingredients and love. At Big Sky Bakery, we take great pride in our delicious products. We know you'll enjoy them almost as much as we enjoy baking.
Looking for the perfect golf escape? Experience Links-style golf right here in Ames at Coldwater Golf Links. With rolling fairways, large greens, and unique routing, it's golf the way it's meant to be played. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, you'll love our course's welcoming atmosphere and friendly staff. Grab your clubs, book a tee time, and make every round unforgettable. Coldwater Golf Links, where great golf leads to great memories. Visit coldwatergolf.com to book your round today.
Back to the Rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.